in a country where startup culture doesn't even exist. I think we're beginning to change that. 170 countries in film, in food, in fashion, in tourism, in heritage, all the festivals that happen, Pakistan will become an epicenter for that. And that means the people who are sat here are early adopters. They understand the vision, they buy into the vision, and then we've got to give them the direction.
Assalamu alaikum. Basically, yesterday I talked about what we're going to be doing next, and you heard what we are doing right now. The plan was to create extra wealth for Pakistan. We got to the stage where we realized that now is the time. I mean, last 5 years, we went into 15 cities. We went to Karachi, Hyderabad, Quetta, Lahore, Gujranwala, Sialkot, Faisalabad, Peshawar. I think we haven't left any city where we explained that this is the way forward for Pakistan. The entrepreneurialism, the mindset. And that basically, you saw some of the pictures in the morning. We're going to be having right after this session those pictures. And then you'll know that what startups has to hear from us. They know they are hearing all this constant bombardment of this information flow from, what's coming from the Silicon Valley, what we are trying to tell them, what's happening in the local ecosystem, and then 10 more mentors. What is right? These, barren minds is like wondering what's right, what's not. So basically, we were able to, alhamdulillah, in last 5 years, tell them that this is the way forward. So exactly like what happens in a Shark Tank, we were able to do that in a shepherd's pie. So they come, they listen to the investor, and the investor is giving them really straight talk that this is what you have to do if you want to get my money. And this process actually got us to the point where, alhamdulillah, over 200 startups realized that this is the process. That's how you raise funding. That's how you build the team. So it's not an exercise that I get in the room with them and then I try to tell them this is how you do it. But when I tell them that if you do these kind of things, if you give me the answers for these 5 things, I'll get you the money. People will run after you to give you the money. And through that process, alhamdulillah, we have quite good examples. And some of them fell, some of them is still running, some of them is going to scale in the next few years. But what from now, how you lift off? So the lift off is next 5 year strategy. And I would ask Amjad Pervez Bhai, our chairman for Jumpstart, to explain what we're going to be doing in next 5 years to create $100 billion for Pakistan in Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you here. First of all, a very brief summary which Khurram has kindly presented. One thing I think we all need to be clear, that a lot of institutions started on this journey of enterprise, of trying to lift Pakistan, to try to improve Pakistan. But fundamentally, when you have a vision, which Khurram and his team have been delivering for the last 4 years, you need strategic planning. You need strategic objectives. So lift Pakistan as a concept is something radical, something innovative. A lot of people have said to me, Amjad, why isn't the hall full? And my answer to them is, do you understand what diffusion of innovation means? And that means the people who are sat here are early adopters. They understand the vision, they buy into the vision, and then we've got to give them the direction with strategic objectives and roles and responsibilities. When that happens, that's when a revolution takes place. That's when people own it. So I'm very briefly going to go through what we believe is your mission after this lift. So Khurram, myself, the team, although we had the initial idea for Pakistan to actually grow, to realize its economic potential, everybody has to buy into this vision. So this is your vision, this is your mission. So like any other nation, Pakistan has multiple issues. It could be politics, and if it has problems, there are three real ways that you can actually solve this. The first is that you could get into politics, try to create the environment. But I think all of us would agree that with the current government, they have the right ethos of creating the right environment. And yesterday I said, the days of government doing everything have come to an end. It's the individual. What do we ourselves do to enable the government to deliver its vision? Now the second thing that you could do is get involved in philanthropy, charity. But you come to the same problem again. Where are the resources? Same with politics. Politics is all about taxing and then investing in your future vision. And both of them, both these ways have a fundamental problem. If you don't have the resource, you might have the vision, but you can't deliver. So the conclusion that we came to, a lot of people see the problems as unsurmountable, that it's something that cannot be done. But the very nature of an entrepreneur, a good entrepreneur, will try to solve a problem, not sell a product. That is the key thing that you need to understand. Pakistan has hundreds, if not thousands, of problems. And we passionately believe that it is only the entrepreneurs who will come and give us those radical, disruptive, entrepreneurial vision solutions to the problems of the country. And this is why this LIFT conference is so important. This is why your part in becoming a mentor in the Shepherds, helping young people to adopt the culture in the very nature of this nation, in the very DNA of this nation, has to be taken up. Because without that, we will not solve the long-term problems of this country. Khurram has actually gone through some of the achievements already, so 15 startup cities in Pakistan, we're in 50 universities, 100 plus investors and mentors. Now, I'm showing you this not to win you over. When you're a startup, when you pitch anywhere, the first thing that people ask you, have you got a prototype? Have you got any customers? I'm stood here as chairman of Jumpstart, assuming that LIFT Pakistan and Jumpstart is a startup. And all of you are investors. And I'm telling you, with our own effort, with our own team, we've already tested this idea and it works. I want you to come on board and join us so this can be accelerated. 2,000 plus problems converted into solutions. We've already done it. We want you to come on board and help us do it even more. $100 plus SMEs on board. Why SMEs? Now, if we're going to create an ecosystem of an enterprise in a country where startup culture doesn't even exist, I think we're beginning to change that. But Amjad Bashir, who's here as my dear friend, is a spokesman for the European Union for SMEs, and Mark Garrett from the University of Bradford, where the management center I'm a patron of, will tell you, and almost every report that you will get from any economic policy unit is that the SMEs are the backbone of the economy. The startups are the feeders. The SMEs are the backbone. The SMEs are the ones who are disruptive, innovative. They're looking at new ways of creating wealth. They compete with the existing companies, right? And they have to be disruptive in order to win. So what we're doing with the 100 SMEs is enabling them with targeted business support to see where the gaps are in their competitiveness. Is it management style? Is it the lack of technology? Do they understand global parameters of competitiveness, quality assurance? We want to raise the bar for these SMEs in Pakistan so they can globally become competitive and bring in the revenues for themselves and for this country and become the best practice managers in this country. We've already had some amazing results. It is absolutely, for somebody like me who's lived overseas for nearly 50 years and to come back to Pakistan and be involved in this process, our youngsters, and I'm not saying this just because I'm a Pakistani origin Pakistani, right? Genuinely, our youngsters are some of the brightest people that we have. We've already had 3 startups presented Pakistan in Switzerland. How amazing is that? When we're just at the beginning of the journey. If we can achieve this with limited resources, people in Dubai sat there, Iftikhar Saab is here from America, there are people here from Saudi Arabia, they've paid for their own fares, they pay for their own lodging, right, to come and help these young people. It's taken some time for the institutions in Pakistan to understand what we are trying to do. Yes, like I said to you earlier on, because we're disruptive, not everybody's going to get it. So you people will have to be our ambassadors. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. But you know, we're here to learn. We're not going to stop. We are not going to stop. So what exactly is the next? So straight after this event, what exactly are the things that you need to take away with you? Because without your help, this is not possible. Promote entrepreneurialism in Pakistan. Now, we on our own cannot do that. We're an open, collaborative organization. So thank you to ePakistan for joining us. Thank you for Momentum. Thank you to Bradford University. Thank you to Lahore University. Thank you to all those people who've got involved to promote entrepreneurial in Pakistan. Why? We want to also improve the image of Pakistan globally. Why are we doing that? So again, the credit goes to Bradford University. I'm not just saying that because I'm from Bradford, because here are people, here is an institution that is not Pakistani, but they realize the opportunity of Pakistan. Bradford became the first city of UNESCO, City of Culture and Film, and they have pledged their support under the UNESCO title. Now this is not a small title. We will be discussing later on today how they can help us to name a city in Pakistan to become UNESCO City of Film and Culture. Believe me, the ramifications of that are so enormous for the image of Pakistan. It's unbelievable. This UNESCO city is like an Olympic movement. There are 170 countries that have got that title. The minute that you win that title, 170 countries in film, in food, in fashion, in tourism, in heritage, all the festivals that happen, Pakistan will become an epicenter for that. And we need that image because since 9/11, the image of Pakistan overseas has been absolutely bad. And for business to happen, you need good image. And what is happening, there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of things to actually do that. But what we need is a clarity of purpose. We need red lines where the imaging, right, the whole consensus needs to be funneled through a national body aligned to international institutions. And that is what improved the image of Pakistanis. That will bring us the investment opportunities. That will bring us the abundance. That will bring cricket. That will bring football. That will bring hockey back to Pakistan. That will bring the global fashion. That will bring the foodies to Pakistan. That will bring the extreme tourism back to Pakistan. When that happens, this comes next. Global recognition, startups and SME get a boost. We get a stronger ecosystem. We get effective communication. Effective communication of projecting your national priorities to the institutions that have billions of pounds to invest is very important. We cannot have 30, 40 individual people going to big institutions, right, with different national priorities. We have to have a singularity of purpose. What is our industrial policy for the next 20 years? Which are the clear clusters that we're going to actually promote? Who are the companies that we're targeting? Which are our partners here in Pakistan? Which are our global partners? What are their do's and don'ts? Unless and until we have that, there is a muddle. And this muddle has to go away. So this is what we're doing here now. This is the center, and you are the champions. You are the future champions and ambassadors of this. Already happening. So what is it that we're trying to do post? There is no point inviting you all guys here, doing all these activities, and then you guys packing your bags and going home. Can't have that. What are the do's and don'ts? What is that you've got to do post this? So next year, we are definitely going to carry this on for at least the next 5 years. So I'm going to give you a narrative, what I think we need to do for the next 5, and what you need to do is we need to create a global network with key stakeholders. And the key stakeholders are sat in this hall first. In your own sphere, whether it's health, whether it's education, whether it's technology, whether it's food, whether it's agriculture, you guys are the ambassadors. You are the early adopters. You believe in this vision, and that's why you are here. You are the chairman of every sector that you are representing, because everybody else didn't get it, didn't understand it. I'm not blaming them. It's your job to convince them. You are here individually, and you're going to go away and create that link. But the real purpose is that you come back to the center. You come back with our ops team. So we have a connectivity of purpose. We cannot do this on our own. Although the private sector does what we do best, we have to engage the government. And that is given. Strengthen the foundation of national ecosystem. I've already explained how we need to do that. Investment decisions, creation 10 million jobs, right? Definition of strategic objectives with roles and responsibilities. We will send you all those. We've got your details, so be ready for that. Planning, monitoring and reporting key deliverables. So tomorrow we're going to be doing the one-to-one policies. All that will be decided tomorrow. Building a confidence for overseas Pakistanis. There's no point in just talking about overseas Pakistani as being the backbone of Pakistan. There's got to be clear pathways, clear objectives, clear outcomes. That is what we're trying to do here. Follow up progress from in year 2. What is it that we've done? What are the learning processes, and what can we do? Infrastructure policies for rational rollout of the concepts. That is